after I've asked you guys to not call me anymore.
See, it depends on you. If you are not interested, we're not forcing anyone. But at least I need to tell you the reason. Because I'm here to tell you the reason. Because you have been entitled by the government.
Oh, okay. So that being said, I'm entitled by the government to receive all kinds of money. You have my name. You clearly somehow got a hold of my cell phone number. That being said, I'm trying to find out what else you know about me so I can go report to the authorities that someone has my information because someone has already hijacked my IRS information and filed tax returns in my name. So now I have to use all kinds of fail safes when I file my taxes. So I need to know what information you have about me because a lot of what you've just said to me is incorrect.
So someone has already hacked your iris information. That's what you're trying to find out.
No, I'm trying to find out what you have on me. Because you have my name.
So, yeah, if you are reacting to this call, I'm sorry I can't help you. I'm not here to give you out any information about you or about me.
So if I'm reacting to the call, I'm not allowed to ask you any questions, but you're allowed to ask me questions? I guess I'm a little confused with that.
You may ask any question regarding this threat, but I'm not here to give out any other information, right? I'm just here to give out the information regarding your personal threat.
Can you mail this information to me?
Sorry?
Can you mail this information to me from Washington?
Of course, this is not about an application threat. So we do not give out information through a mail.
Why not? Because it won't come from Washington? It'll come from somewhere in the Middle East?
Right. Of course, we are from Washington.
Well, no, you're not in Washington. That I can assure you.
Well, just because I speak with
Nope. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that because this phone number doesn't work when you call it back.
But you will not be able to reach me back personally. This is a recorded line. It's a security line.
Oh, you're on a recorded line too. I'm recording your call too, so I can, so I can cover myself. Every call that comes in from a foreign number, I hit record on my phone and record everything we're doing. So I'm trying to get a grip on 202-747-6244. When I call that number back, why does the government not answer?
No, there is no possibility of calling back with this number. Because we are using this for the security purpose, just to give out this information for the verification purpose.
Okay, so what is it you want from me in order to give me $7,000?
All right. So your money, it is available under your name. You will be able to pick it up money by today yourself. So as for the instructions from the government, we are not allowed to ask any other bank information or any of your personal information over a phone. Your money will be sent through MoneyGram.
MoneyGram. Oh, so at Walmart, you're going to send me money through MoneyGram because the government uses MoneyGram.
All right. So we are using this money for we are using this money for time being, just to give out this money.
Well, see, the government usually mails you a check or does direct deposit into your account.
While sending a check, we got a complaint from the recipient that they did not get the proper amount. Because of that, we are not sure to give out for a check. Instead, a better option for you.
But you work for the government. If you work for the U.S. Treasury, that's how they pay people. They either send a check or they put direct deposit into your account. So I don't understand where MoneyGram comes into play because MoneyGram is not a federal I can't even pay the IRS through MoneyGram. So I'm trying to figure out where you're getting MoneyGram, where MoneyGram comes into play. They're not a federal entity. MoneyGram is an independent company at Walmart.
That that is a private organization, but we are using it for taxes. It's not necessary that every time the government sends you a check or directly deposit the money in a account.
Yeah. I mean, none of it's really making sense because I'm just curious, why, why the government would want to use MoneyGram to either receive or send money. I've never heard of such a thing, and I mean, I've been a taxpayer for many, many years.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not. It's not necessary that every time the government should go ahead and put that money in your account or card or send you a check. There's a reason behind why we are not managing the check, because we got a complaint from the receivers that they did not get a proper amount because we just stopped sending to a check. So this is done for your security purpose, so you can go and pick up money from MoneyGram.
Why should it be anonymous or secure when you could send me a check? That would be just as anonymous and secure. So what is it that you need from me? What is it that you want from me? I guess I'm trying to find out.
I don't need nothing from you.
See, so I just go to MoneyGram right now and say, "Hi, I'm Jessica. Give me my $7,000."
Yes, of course you need.
I'm sorry?
If you are interested, I'm here to help you out. Or if you are not, you can just decline the offer. I have not from. It's not a big deal. I'm not forcing you here. I'm not here to convince you to receive this money.
Right.
It's your money, the choice.
Right. So I guess, my question with that is, what is it that you're trying to garner from me? What is it that you're trying to get from me?
No. I am not trying to get any information from you. I'm not here to take any of your personal information.
Are you going to send me to a senior supervisor or a senior associate?
See, ma'am, as I told you very, very clearly, I am not here to ask any of your information. I am not here to give out your information as well. I have all the information. I am from the government. I work for the federal government, so
okay.
I have all the information. But
you have all the information. Well, then tell me what you have of my information.
No, I'm not going to tell out
because you don't have anything. You got my name and my phone number.
No. I have, but see, we are not allowed to do so. So I can't do that. So my question is, if you are interested, I can help you out.
Oh, I'm interested in someone giving me $7,000, but I'd like to know what it is that you want from me.
No, I don't need anything from you, but I'm just here to give you information, and I can help you out to receive this money. That's all I'm trying.
So the government wants to help me to give me money, and I'm trying to figure out why I've never received anything by post about this, why I've never heard anything, from the government itself about this. It's coming from a 202 number that you can't call back. It's a dummied number, and you sound like there's a lot of people there working with you. Generally, the IRS doesn't sound like a call center of 100 people. So I've talked to the IRS. I've talked to the federal government. I know the conversations that I've had with them, and I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting these phone calls. How you got a hold of my information?
Right. So if you're suspicious, you're so skeptical about this call, I think I'm telling you again, okay? Now, this is your choice. If you're interested, I can just help you out. I can go ahead and give you a reference number for MoneyGram and everything, but if you are not interested, you can just decline the offer.
Right.
I'm not here to force you. Because
right.
This is a recommendation, and I can't do so. I can't convince you. I can't force you to receive the money.
Right. But I can't just walk into MoneyGram and say, give me my money. So you need personal identifying information from me in order for you to give me an MTCIN. So I'm trying to figure out what you need from me to make that happen. Because, yeah, I'd love to go pick up $7,000. That would be great.
We have all the information, and just to identify the people that you are drivers, you need to have your state valid picture ID proof, like your driver's license or any other state valid picture ID proof. That's it. That's all you need.
So I go to Walmart and I give them my driver's license and they hand me $7,000.
Now, verify MoneyGram Walmart reference number. With the help of the reference number, you will be able to pick up money from Walmart.
I didn't understand what you said. I can or cannot pick up money from Walmart?
You will be able to pick up the money from Walmart with the help of reference number.
Right. So how do I obtain this reference number?
So I have the reference number for you here. You can just go and pick it up money.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long will it take for you to get your money from Walmart?
I guess it would depend on how long it takes me, you to give me a money transaction number, and I would go to Walmart and ask them to give me my $7,000.
All right. So will you be able to go to Walmart by today?
I don't see why not.
No, not right now.
Well, what, you want me to go with us on the phone? There's no Walmart that close to me.
Well, so is there any store like, which is MoneyGram, like CVS, Dollar General, Walgreens? Oh.
But what would the hurry? Why does it have to be a hurry? Why do I have to do this with you on the phone? And Walgreens doesn't have a MoneyGram, that I can tell you. So
Any store which has MoneyGram,
right.
can help. That's what I'm trying to say.
And what do I have to give to them other than the money transaction control number to get my $7,000?
So this, once you submit the MCCA number or MoneyGram reference number, they will be asking you for your picture ID proof. Just identify yourself that you are the right person that you can just pick it up money.
Mm-hmm. And that money is going to say that it's coming from the U.S. Treasury.
However, maybe you can just pick up money. That's not a big deal. This is your money, which will come under your name. So you don't have any problem with picking up the money.
Mm-hmm. But in order to do that, I have to give you my driver's license number and information to get that information.
No, not. Just identify yourself. Your money will send through under your name. That's it. To identify yourself that you are the right person. So you just need to identify yourself that.
And how is it that I identify myself to you?
Not to me, but to the store people.
Uh-huh.
So, because we are from the government, we have all your information. We're going to send you under your name.
I would really prefer that you send me a check. I'm not a big fan of using MoneyGram because I know that the government does not use MoneyGram. So if you're going to send me $7,000, I'm in, but send it to my home. Mail it to me from Washington. Because if you are with the U.S. Treasury, that money would come from Washington.
Right. Right. Because I see, I did not get any further information about from the option which I have given you. That's about, I am telling what I have.
Mm-hmm. And again, you're with the Treasury. You're with the Treasury Department. Do you have an employee ID or badge number?
Because I'm working under the grant agency from Health and Human Services.
I'm sorry?
I'm working under the grant agencies from Health and Human Services.
Oh, you're not with the Treasury. You're with the Department of Health and Human Services.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not the federal government. That's the Department of Health and Human Services. It's not the Treasury.
Of course, it's under the grant agencies. It's working under the Treasury Department.
Okay. So the federal government, not my state government, but the federal government is going to give me money because they just picked me out randomly of the hundreds of thousands of people that get these phone calls from you guys, um, to give me money. I guess I'm just really confused. I'm really confused as to this whole setup and why I'm getting called even after, 4 days ago, I asked you guys not to call me, and then I got cursed at and hung up on. And like I said, from this number, I find it a little curious. And in fact, I blocked the number for a few days, and then unblocked it so that I could call you and record it and put it on YouTube, so that other people know the scam you have running. Because the government does not use MoneyGram. And if you want to come clean with me and tell me where you're calling me from, that would be great. Because I know you're not calling me from Washington, and I know that you're not working for the government. And how many people do you scam a day? How much money do you make from people by stealing their information? Is it a commission per call?
I'm not here to scam you around. I'm not here to force. I'm not here to fool you around.
Right.
This is
So where are you calling me from? Because you're not calling me from Washington.
I'm calling you from Washington, D.C. We are located in Washington, D.C.
Is Washington D.C. a state? Washington State?
We are located in Washington, D.C. That's what I tell you. If you want to come directly, you can just come in my office.
Oh, I
I'll be happy
can.
to.
Oh, great.